All right, welcome back to the deep dive. So you sent us something pretty incredible this time. It's an account, a story. And, right from the start, it just kind of grabs you. You get this picture, this image of a girl, a small town, and just these huge dreams.
It is captivating, isn't it? And even her name, Kalpana Chawla,
Kalpana Chawla, yeah.
meaning imagination.
It's almost too perfect when you think about it. I mean, the whole thing.
Oh, absolutely. It's like right out of the gate, what hits you is the scope of her ambition, especially when you think about where she started. It's like this stark contrast, like
Yeah.
small beginnings, huge, huge achievements.
It really is. Okay, so we're diving into the life of Kalpana Chawla.
Astronaut, icon.
Right, exactly. Born March 17th, 1962, in Karnal, Haryana.
And that detail is important.
Yeah, tell me why.
Well, think about it. This small town, it wasn't exactly like a launch pad for, well, anything, let alone a girl who wanted to be an astronaut.
True. Not exactly a place where, a girl reaching for the stars was the expectation. The text mentions it, right? Like, while other kids were drawing houses and trees and stuff, she was fixated on the sky.
Right. And not just looking, but drawing airplanes constantly, like obsessed with birds and planes. And even as a kid, just stating, one day, that will be me.
Just flat out saying it.
It's almost defiant, like the text makes it pretty clear that where she grew up, girls weren't exactly encouraged to break the mold.
So this is India in the 60s.
Yeah.
It was pretty traditional. And those societal pressures,
Yeah.
they were real.
Oh, absolutely. But what's interesting is that from a young age, Kalpana was already pushing back. And that simple question she kept asking, why not? That's key. Like right there, you see that refusal to accept limitations.
Yeah, that why not pops up a lot in the text, like a theme, a mantra almost. And we see it play out big time when she decides to study aeronautical engineering at Punjab Engineering College.
Right, one of the few women in the entire program. Think about that for a second.
The courage that must have taken, just to walk into that environment.
Oh, totally. And it wasn't like she was just trying to blend in. The text says Kalpana didn't just study planes, she felt them.
She felt them.
Yeah. That's not just textbook knowledge, right?
There's a depth there, a real passion.
Exactly. It wasn't just academics for her. It was intuitive. Like she had this deep understanding of flight. And that's a lesson right there, isn't it? I mean, in anything you do, that genuine interest, that fire, it's what pushes you to excel.
You can't just go through the motions. And she certainly didn't. So we see that passion take her even further. She decides to go to the U.S. for a master's in aerospace engineering.
Huge step. Leaving everything she knows, going to a new country. The text paints a pretty stark picture. No support system, no shortcuts, just courage and relentless focus. That says it all.
So she's driven and talented, obviously.
Yeah.
I mean, a master's, then a PhD, then becoming a licensed pilot, and a flight instructor on top of that.
She wasn't slowing down. And then, of course, in 1994, she applies to NASA's astronaut program.
Talk about a long shot. I mean, the odds of getting in are just...
Infinitesimal. Thousands apply, a tiny handful gets selected. It's the elite of the elite.
And not only does she get in, but she becomes the first Indian-born woman in space.
A monumental achievement, breaking barrier after barrier. And think about it, all those steps she took, all that hard work, those degrees, those certifications, they built this incredible resume. It made her undeniable.
And then her first mission, 1997, aboard the Space Shuttle Columbia.
A moment she'd been working towards her entire life.
The text talks about her looking down at Earth saying, it's so small and so fragile.
Powerful, isn't it?
I get chills just thinking about it. That perspective, the awe, the sense of responsibility.
So many astronauts talk about that shift in thinking, seeing Earth from space. It changes you. Suddenly, everything's connected and it's all so delicate. It makes you think, you achieve a lifelong goal, and it unlocks this whole new way of seeing the world.
It's like all those years of dreaming and pushing and working, it all led to that moment of clarity. But of course, her journey didn't end there. She was selected for another mission, STS-107 in 2003.
And the anticipation, the excitement, the world was watching.
The text mentions how she trained harder, worked longer, pushed boundaries. She wasn't just coasting on past success.
No, not at all. This drive, this commitment to excellence, to exploration, it's a reminder, to keep striving, to keep pushing those limits.
And then the tragedy. February 1st, 2003, during re-entry.
The Columbia disaster.
Yeah. Technical failure, the loss of Kalpana and the entire crew. It's a heavy reminder, isn't it, of the risks involved in space exploration.
A devastating loss, and the world mourned. But here's the powerful thing. The story, it doesn't end there.
Right. It actually becomes even bigger.
It does. And that's where the text says, and I love this line, it says, she didn't disappear, she multiplied.
She multiplied.
Think about it, her impact, her legacy. It didn't die with her. It grew.
She became this symbol, especially for young people. The text talks about how she inspired countless girls to pursue science, to reach for those seemingly impossible dreams. It's like her story transcended just her life. It became something bigger.
It sparked a fire in people, and that raises a question. Why do these stories, these pioneers, why do they resonate so deeply? What is it about their journeys that makes us dream bigger?
And then we have to talk about this quote from Kalpana herself. The path from dreams to success does exist. May you have the vision to find it, the courage to get onto it, and the perseverance to follow it.
It's a blueprint, almost, and she lived it. She didn't just talk the talk.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So taking it all in, here's what we see in Kalpana Chawla's journey. A girl who dared to dream big when the world told her to think small. She smashed those limitations in her education, chose a tough, competitive field, moved across the world to chase her ambitions, became a trailblazing astronaut, and even in the face of tragedy, her story keeps inspiring people.
It's like the text says, she chose flying in a world that wants you to walk. That about sums it up.
It really does. It's that constant defiance, that understanding of flight, that pursuit of knowledge, and that unwavering belief in her dreams. That's what made her story so impactful. She showed us that those seemingly impossible dreams, they can be reached. But it takes that vision, that courage, and that relentless drive to get there.
Absolutely. She's an example, a reminder that those limitations, a lot of times, they're self-imposed.
So after diving into this incredible story, I have to ask you, what are those stars you're reaching for? And what's holding you back? Are you ready to ask yourself, why not? What's that personal sky that you're aiming for?